I win.
Hello everyone, Electrical Squid here, and welcome to a Minecraft mod showcase. I don't even know if people do these anymore. Anyway, I could be wrong about that, but anyway, so the mod I'm going to be showing to you guys is called the Splatcraft mod, and basically this mod takes some features from Splatoon and puts it into Minecraft, which is awesome, especially for Splatoon fans. So this mod was made by someone known as Cybernet. He did an amazing job on this mod, so yeah, shout out to him. So I will leave the link to download the mod in the description, as well as the Discord server for the mod, because sometimes the developers and beta testers, one of the beta testers is me, so sometimes we host turf war battles in Minecraft on the server that we have. Unfortunately, the server we have now is Hamachi or VPN reliant. So, but we do plan. They do plan to. I don't know. I'm saying we. I'm not a developer. I'm just a beta tester. They do plan to make a like public server similar to like something like MC Pro hosting or something like that. But anyway, onto the mod. So yeah. So first, let's get into the blocks. So the first block we have here is an inkwell. So this one is empty, but you can fill it using the ink vat, which we'll get into later. So yeah, so inkwells are used for changing your ink color. And by the way, if you press Z, you can turn into a squid. So yeah, and of course you can change it to whatever you want in the controls menu. So yeah, ink vats are used for changing your ink color. So yeah. So next up is the ink can. Oh yeah, the inkwell. I gotta show you guys crafting recipes. So the empty inkwell is used for is crafted. I cannot talk. It's crafted by creating a little U shape with glass. So yeah. Next up is the ink canvas. The ink canvas is crafted by surrounding a power egg with paper, and it gives you 8 of them. So yeah. So the ink canvas, what it's used for is that when you shoot ink onto the ground, like normal blocks like grass or sand, it will disintegrate over time, and it also depends on what your tick speed is set to. So yeah, if you do /game rule random tick speed and set it to a number, the higher the number, the faster the ink will go away. The lower the number, the slower it will go away. And if you have it set to 0, it will never go away. But yeah, if you have your tick speed set to anything above 0, if you shoot at any normal block like a grass or sand, it will disintegrate eventually. But if you shoot it at the ink canvas, it never goes away. So yeah, that's what the ink canvas is used for. So put that back. Next up is the sardinium ore. These are found in caves. So if I just go down here, some iron there. Yep, this sardinium ore. So yeah, you find these in caves, and they can be used to smelt sardiniums. Smelt into sardiniums. This next 2 blocks here are just decoration blocks. This is the power egg block. It is crafted by filling an entire crafting table area with power eggs, and the sardinium sardinium block, sorry, is crafted by filling the entire crafting area with sardiniums. So yeah, again, these 2 are just decoration blocks. So yeah. Now next up is the ink vat, and this is used for filling up ink wells with ink. So how do we use it? So this is what the menu looks like. I gotta get rid of this. So you just take an empty ink well. I'm gonna take 2 because I want to make 2 ink colors. A power egg. That's custom NPCs. And an ink sack. And you just put them in their respective slots. It'll give you a number of ink colors to choose from. So I'll make an orange ink well. And if I just hop into it, there, I'm now from red to orange. So yeah, that's what the ink vat does. And then the final block we have is the Ammonite's Ammonite's workbench. So this is used for creating weapons. So what you do is you take a power, whatever materials you need. So for a splatter shot, I need 5 sardiniums, 14 power eggs, and 8 ink sacs. So 14 power eggs, 5 sardiniums, and 8 ink sacs. So once I just have those materials in my inventory, I just click craft, and there we go. I have a splatter shot. So yeah. And also there's one block. There's one. Oh yeah. And to craft the ink vat, this is the crafting recipe for the ink vat, and the Ammonite's workbench. It's the same, but with the sardinium in the center. Next up, and the final block we have is a sunken crate. Now I believe these are found in anywhere in ocean biomes. I'm not sure what their rarity is, but or you know how frequently they'll show up in ocean biomes. So yeah, but basically what they're used for is for giving you materials. So if I take a weapon and shoot at it, it will drop an item. So I got 30 ink sacs from it, but you can also get stuff like power eggs, sardiniums, or even cans of power eggs, which I'll show you later. So yeah. Now on to items. So power egg, you get these from power crates, of course, mainly. So yeah, these can be used for crafting certain things that I just showed you. Next up is the can of power eggs. These can also be obtained from breaking sunken crates. So if you just right click it, it'll give you a number of power eggs. And of course the number of power eggs you get from a can of power eggs will vary. So next up is the sardinium. Of course, you smelt a sardinium ore, and that's how you get it. And it can be used for crafting certain stuff, like weapons. So anyway. Now onto weapons. So a splatter shot, just your standard shooter, just spreads a decent amount of ink, decent fire rate, decent range, decent damage output, just your standard shooter. And also this mod does have RNG, as you can see. Some of them are going straight, but some of them are also having little spurts to the left and the right. So yeah. Next up is the splat roller. So the splat roller, if you hold down right click, it will lay down a thick trail of ink that you can run over. So yeah, and if you left click, you'll do a vertical swing, which flings a longer but skinnier trail of ink. So yeah, and it's more or less used for a melee attack. So yeah. Next up is the splat charger. So you just charge it up. It takes a lot longer than in the actual game. But yeah, and then you just release the button, which is right click, by the way. And it'll shoot a long trail of ink. And of course you can do partial shots as well. Splatter Shot Junior has a much quicker rate of fire than the Splatter Shot, but it also has a much better ink output, but a low damage output and shorter range. Next up is the ink brush. So you just run with it by holding down right click, and it leaves a skinny trail of ink behind. And also you can do little swings as well, which have shorter range but a much nicer spread of ink. Next up is the Aerospray MG. So insanely fast fire rate, much better ink spread than the Splatter Shot Junior. I believe it has better range, but I'm not sure. But damage output is very low. So Clash Blaster. So Clash Blaster, just make sure you hold down right click in order for it to work. You can't just tap it. So if you just hold down right click, it'll shoot projectiles into the air that explode after traveling a certain distance or on impact. And if you just shoot it at the ground, it will lay down some ink. The Octo Brush, similar to the ink brush, but it's slower, but leaves a much thicker trail of ink behind you, as well as the swing. It has much better range and a higher damage output. So the E-Liter 4K, similar to the Charger, of course, except the charge time takes way longer, but the range is ridiculous. See how far that went? So yeah. And the final weapon we have as of this version of the mod is the Blaster. So you just shoot. It has a much slower rate of fire than the Clash Blaster, but it has better traveling distance and better damage output. So yeah, and much better spread of ink as well when you shoot at it. shoot at the ground. So the next items we have are the ink filters. So in order to craft an ink filter, you have to craft it like this, and if you add certain stuff to the normal ink filter, the other ink filters are used for getting different colors. So the neon filter will give you, is crafted from glowstone dust. The organic, any kind of dye. The pastel, cake. The enchanted golden apple, and the creative filter is only accessible in creative mode. So yeah. Anyway, what each of them do is they give you different ink colors, like I said. So the regular one gives you black. The neon gives you neon green, neon pink, the primary colors of Splatoon 2. Or the organic filter gives you some organic colors. More, it's kind of like a classic ink, kind of gives you like classic colors. The pastel gives you like these bright pastel-y colors. And the enchanted one, that's the creative one. The enchanted one gives you these three ink colors: red, kind of like navy blue, and turquoise. And creative filter, again, only accessible in creative mode, gives you every single ink color that there is in the mod. So yeah, if I want to, I'm gonna make a red inkwell, and just place it down, and put this back in the chest. So yeah, again, if I want to change my ink color, I can change it from orange, red, orange, red. So yeah, that's how inkwells work. And of course, when you're in squid form and swimming through ink, you will obviously travel faster and stuff. So yeah, and if you're in enemy ink, you'll take damage, and if in survival mode, and travel much slower. So yeah, and I believe you're forced out of squid mode as well. So yeah. Now these next two items, the ink disruptor and the turf scanner. So let me set game rule random tick speed 0, so the ink doesn't dissipate or disintegrate, whatever you want to call it. So if I lay down some ink and I change my ink color and I lay down some ink, so basically I'll start with the turf scanner and then the ink disruptor. So what the turf scanner is used for is you select an area. So I select one block, and then I go in a diagonal direction and select another block, and then I right click again. It tells me how much ink is in that area. So there's 12% red and 9% orange in this area, not including blocks below it. So there's more red, that means red wins. So yeah, this is basically used for turf wars. It helps determine the winner. So yeah, and then the ink disruptor is used for getting rid of ink. So you select a square area or a linear area if you want to, and then you right click again, and it gets rid of all the ink. Now if you try to use them both again, you can't, because once you set the blocks, it's like that forever until you do something. So yeah, it will. Sorry, I can't talk. If you keep trying, it'll just keep trying to delete ink or scan turf. So you reset them by putting them in the crafting table. So like yeah. Then go up here. Successfully cleared all that ink. Then I just go back up to the crafting table and reset it. So that's pretty much all there is to show in the Splatcraft mod. Once again, Cybernet did a really good job on this mod, so shout out to him. The link to the download page and the Discord server in the description. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this mod showcase. If you did, be sure to smack that like button, and if you're considering unsubscribing to the channel, be sure to hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. And if you want to support me even more, be sure to check the links in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.